Hello and welcome. I am so glad you're here. I'm Beth, a creator-based coach with CMH Coaching for Life. I'm here today to help you and those you love create a life you feel grounded and at home in. Think of a life where you feel peace, love for those around you, and in a flow with just enough challenge to keep you happy and creating something wonderful. Sounds like magic, but it's not. You can create that life every single day. You can have a life full of love, excitement, hope, and creation. Our mission at CMH Coaching is to flood the earth with light through compassion, mindfulness, and hope. And I'm going to ask a favor of you. If you like what you see and hear today, think of someone you know that would enjoy and benefit from this message. Our mission is to flood the world with compassion, mindfulness, and hope. Share this with them. But for now, this is time just for you. So settle into whatever you're doing and enjoy this time with the girls, where we create that one awesome, amazing, perfect life every one of us is seeking.
You gotta watch your thinking. Watch your thinking. Watch your thinking.
All right. Well, welcome. It's another Monday, and we are on A Creator-Based Life, the weekly podcast for CMH Coaching. We empower women of faith to create the lives they love, the lives they always wanted. And of course, I'm here with Jacine Bonnet, sorry, Jacine, a business coach, a mom, a grandma, a woman who regularly gets her name slaughtered, an avid runner, and Jen DeRoos, also known as JD, because we just love her that way. She's a coach, a can grow anything gardener, and a hypnotherapist. And of course, I'm Beth, a master life coach, an author, and the creator of The Creator-Based Way. Create your one awesome, amazing, perfect life. And today we are talking, I should just do a drum roll, about the holidays. I had to say it like that in order for it to have da da da. That's right, the holidays. It's from the time I was born, I don't think I liked the holidays. And so it's been a long learning experience for me. It's because I'm an introvert and I don't like things out of the schedule, and I don't like a lot of noise, and I don't like a lot of people.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like short spurts of enthusiasm and long periods of rest and restoration. So beginning with Thanksgiving and not ending until the 1st of January is a little much in my book. So today we are talking about the holidays, or as I would say them, the holidays. Yeah. But we all have favorite holiday memories, right?
We do.
And we all have least favorite holiday memories. And we all have feelings about the holidays. You guys know mine. What are yours? I know, Jacine, you're just going to love them.
I do. I like holidays. Yeah.
So tell me.
People and family and which I love. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the parties. I love going and to the mall, and just, we don't have a mall near where we are, but so I have to travel about 3.5 hours to get to a mall, but I do it just once a year. So I can walk through the mall.
So you can go walk in the mall.
Yes, and just have all that Christmas, the music, the decorations, and just even Thanksgiving, the food, and the gratitude. I love it all.
I love the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
I love being able to go to the store or walk down the road or whatever. We have roads here in the country, by the way. They're not streets, I was instructed. Walk down the road and see somebody and say, Merry Christmas. I love that. And it comes back to me, Merry Christmas, with a smile every time. And I love that connection through the holidays. I know a lot of people will say Happy Holidays. Being in the Bible Belt, we say Merry Christmas most of the time. But either way, yeah, I love that connection, the unity that it brings. What about you, Jen? Are you a holiday girl?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I love the season. I love how it changes and it starts getting dark earlier, and we have the crispness in the air, and then that anticipation of snow and the lights. I just love lights when they decorate with lights.
Me too.
And so that just adds to the festive feeling. And then all the other stuff that you've talked about too. But um, it's one of those, for me, a double-edged sword. I mean, I love all that stuff and everything and peaceful, good love to all man. But then I get around my family and I'm like, I want to murder you people, you know?
Yeah, that's really what we're talking about today
I
is
know.
the family drama.
It's it's all of that. It's all of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love the twinkle lights though. I mean, all the twinkle lights. My favorite thing when I was a little kid was, all the lights on the tree and then slide under the tree and look at all the lights from underneath.
Yeah.
So fun.
My kids' favorite too. We would be under the tree a lot when my kids were growing up, just looking up at all the twinkle lights.
I've never tried that. That's so fun.
Oh my gosh, girlfriend, you have missed it. If you've not laid under the tree and looked up inside your tree, it's so cool.
Wow.
I can see it. Mark's going to come in one day and you're going to be under the tree and he's going to be like, oh, she's either passed out or she's lost it.
Yeah. Or I'm just not even going to ask anymore. Yeah.
Exactly. He just turns around or he slowly leaves the room.
Trying something new. Just trying something new. We love it. But really, we have lots of family memories because it was the thing after we decorated the Christmas tree, which was always chaos because there were 14 kids at least, or at least so it felt. And everybody was fighting over which ornament was theirs and which one, no, that's mine, because everybody had their own ornaments. Then when all of that finally settled down, you had when we had 8 kids at home or 7 kids, you had mom and dad and all these heads under the Christmas tree with the feet all sticking out.
Oh, how cute. That would make such a fun picture. Like if you
you'd have to take an aerial shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's some of their favorite memories is being under the tree looking up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Jen, what'd you say?
What a nice memory.
It is a good memory. It's happy.
Yeah.
So we have Thanksgiving coming this week, though, before we put the tree up.
Mm-hmm.
At least I hope that you're people who wait to put the tree up until after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
There are unwritten laws there.
Yes.
Tell us, do you have a favorite Thanksgiving memory or something about Thanksgiving that you just love? I can prime the pump. I'll tell you, our favorite Thanksgiving memory is the turkey bowl.
So fun.
It's the football game at the church the morning of, and invariably everybody comes home and you have to get out the pain reliever and the sling and the ice because my boys will win at any cost.
Oh my
So they all come home broken and then they eat turkey. But it's the thing. I was even with just Jared on Sunday, we were sitting on the pew and he said, so we doing the turkey bowl? I'm like, are they doing one? Yeah, they're doing one. Like, yes, of course, we'll be at the turkey bowl. Yeah.
We'll go. Yeah.
It's a really big deal. The food is fun and gathering around the table is spectacular, but it's the turkey bowl for my guys. And this year we're doing a turkey trot, which means I get to go participate in that because I don't play football.
That's cool. That'll be so fun.
It will be.
Mm-hmm.
What about y'all? Favorite Thanksgiving memories?
I think one of my the thing that came to mind is I think I was 9 or 10 years old, and it was a family reunion kind of at my grandma and grandpa Stokes's house. And my dad has 6 siblings, and like everybody was there and all of the cousins were there. There were like 66 cousins.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a big deal. But being a people person, I loved it because I got to see cousins that I really had minimal.
Yeah, that you really just didn't know.
Yeah. And some of them were older, that my dad was like the middle child. So there were a lot of cousins that were older that were really fun. And I have one that I just fell in love with her right away, Debbie. And and she's still my friend on Facebook now, still a cousin, but just that family and playing games and running around. And I mean, it was chaos. It was chaos.
Yeah.
I don't
Some of
remember.
our favorites,
Yeah.
combining with other families.
Oh,
I
yeah.
loved the ones where we would combine with 3 or 4 other families.
Mm,
Because when we didn't have a lot of, because we were in Texas, we didn't have a lot of family around, you know,
yeah.
that same family reunion idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Yeah. That's cool. What about you, Jen? Do you have favorite Thanksgiving memories? Things that you've done that was cool?
I remember my favorite Thanksgiving was when we lived in Italy, and we were
Mm.
able to introduce our Italian friends to the tradition and why we did it and everything. And the turkey, I mean, because they don't.
Can you buy turkey and stuffing and American stuff over there?
I had to make everything by scratch.
Mhm.
And I had to actually go to because they're becoming more, there's more grocery stores there. But when we were there, there was like, you would go buy like at your little, like your little stores on the corner and
Yeah.
everything. We lived in a kind of apartment building kind of thing. And at the bottom was all the stores. And our little grocery store, little like mercato, our little food merchant, so to speak, was on the corner, and they had a butchery in there and everything. And so I had to special order it. But they could get it for me, but it took a while and it was pretty expensive.
Wow.
But
Mhm.
they were just so like, and what do you do with it? And why do you do this? And just like explaining everything to them. They were just so cute. And it was, but then having our friends over, eating the stuffing, eating the pie and the turkey. And it was just really, really fun. It was really fun.
That is a special memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, I think it's just the memories are pretty much about the people in one shape or another. You know, the connections that we've made with the people, no matter who it is. But a lot of us have some family drama around holidays, right?
Mhm.
And so let's talk a little bit about that, because since everybody, it seems to be universal, everybody has either, well, I call it pigeonholing within the family. They have somebody who has an old grudge or a judgment, or they have the person in the family who's just delusional.
Yeah.
You know, I just can't, they're just delusional, just don't even.
I can Daddy
Or-
coming down.
Patty going,
Right?
we need that. Do it again.
Did I get something to come down?
Yeah, we'll go
Patty.
like this.
It only does it once.
Oh, it does? Oh, because
Gosh, that's so
But here, I'll do this one for you.
There's oh my gosh. There
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. I love that.
It only does it
confetti
once.
fell down before.
I don't
So
even know how it happened.
So fun.
Anyway, yeah. So the confetti for the delusional person, right?
because it's always them, it's a party.
Right.
Or just whoever's got the reputation, or you've got the old feuds. So grandma's still mad because so and so got a tattoo,
My
or
gosh.
they don't like the girlfriend,
Oh
or
my gosh.
but then you have the other people who you got the good girl, and you've got the person who fixes it, and then you've got the people who they count on to make it right. And everybody kind of ends out with a role, right?
Mhm.
You slide into those roles. And so kind of what I wanted to talk about a little bit today is, what do you guys, have you experienced that? And how do you work with that? Because I think that's the major stressor, is the storyline that seems to play out regularly within that situation.
Mm.
Jen, you look like you have stuff to say.
Do you have an hour? No, I'm just kidding. No, because what I'm just saying, it's not even so much the holidays, it's just whenever getting around family, especially if it's your family of origin. I have noticed that we all go back into those roles that we played in as children.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's true.
adult-wise, maybe I am different, but I get around this unit, this family unit of dysfunction or whatever, and it's like I'm pigeonholed into like how I'd always been, and it's hard to like maybe be like non-engaging and step back and do different things, and then, oh well, you're this, you're that, and it's kind of hard sometimes. But
it is hard because we're not made to be pigeonholed. That's not who we are.
No, and you have to keep thinking, you know, that was how many years ago? 40 something years ago. I'm a different person, you know, but maybe I'm still same in some ways. So it's really an interesting, I think, to sit and just watch and everything. But for my family, we're so splintered, we don't even get together anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and plus also when like parents die, it's like, why do it? You know, if you don't
Mhm.
have close family relations and things like that. So I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
It's just different,
It's
right?
just, it is. Yeah.
And I think a lot of finding peace and being happy in the holidays is being willing to accept that consistent change.
Yeah.
That if you think about it, every 7 years, you are a completely different person, right? All of the cells in your body have regenerated and changed out, all the way down to your bone marrow. You're completely different. So every 7 years, I'd be willing to bet if we looked at our family in 7 to 10 year spans, we would see significant changes as being different.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so I think at least a lot of the peace that I've found in going from just a child to being a young single adult to being a young mom, and then moving through all the stages of momdom into being a grandparent, which I still just do not understand at all. That just being willing to accept the change and to come in with a fresh outlook every season and go, wonder what this will be, instead of the delusional one. The delusional one just cracks me up. Everybody's got one in their family.
Oh, yeah.
She's delusional. Or the pigeonholing, going into those old roles, to come in and say, I wonder what this will bring, what will be new and what will be different, and noticing the changes and the growth instead of the pigeonholing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just something sometimes when you get around your family unit that it's easy to revert into the roles that you play.
It really
how
is.
you treat each other or things like that. It's just,
Yeah.
Or the stories that you tell about, this is how I show up, or this is how I am in this family, And so it's super interesting. Yeah.
It is. And you're right. The stories we tell, that's a big deal, because we all have family stories about when Susie was 6 and she did such and so, or, whatever those stories are, or the ones that we carry from generation to generation, the family stories.
Yeah.
And that makes it so easy.
Mm-hmm. And there are some stories that are good and uplifting and that are great, and it's like your family history, and there are other stories that are part of your family history that aren't as uplifting and good. And so yeah 50-50.
50-50. That's right. I choose to perpetuate the good. Not really to brush over the bad, though. I think it's really important that we honor people's feelings, and what is.
And those difficult things just give you opportunity to change, grow, be different, or accept and forgive. So it's just like, it's all a part of, I think, that being part of a community, whether it be a family or a larger community group. It's all part of, how am I going to be part of this working group of people?
Yeah, this unit, and be authentically me.
Yeah.
I think that really makes a huge difference when you come in and you're strong in yourself, to move through it as your authentic self, connected with your creator, so that you can hear what do I do next?
Yeah.
What do you think, Jason?
Sometimes, I'm sorry, Jason, but sometimes,
no, go Jen. Jason can pick up.
Sometimes a lot of that is just accepting where people are, and not allowing it to have have it work within you to not be authentic, and just accept them. That's where they are right now. And it's okay if they see me this certain way. And yeah.
And I love you anyway.
Yeah.
It's been one of my favorite phrases. I appreciate that that's how you feel. I love you anyway. It's good. I love you. I just think you're great, exactly as you are. Yeah. Where are you going, Jason?
I just listening, even though I love the holidays, and there are difficult people. Always when you have
we all can be difficult. Family. It's just part of growing. Yeah.
And it's interesting because I started prepping for like mentally prepping for a holiday get together. And it's, as I thought about the people that were going to be there, there's this one particular person that just, even the thought of this person's name, just right. And so as I thought about doing that yesterday, I I went to my creator and said, I don't want to feel this way when I'm around this person. And
Right.
I know that I still need to have boundaries and I need this, but I need some help here on changing. I have the desire and I choose to forgive. And that was it right there is I still kept harboring,
The
those old
grudge.
stories. This happened at this time and this happened at this time. And just choosing to let that go just gave me such peace and relieved a lot of that anxiety. And you know what? I may have to choose every single minute when I'm around that person. I might.
But you can look at it as really good practice.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that ability to choose. I love that. I love that we can choose.
I do too. I do too. One of my favorite or current favorite, because it's relatively new, practices we mentioned last week, the acronym STOP from Alex Howard, where, and I'm going to try this. I don't expect any issues this Thanksgiving. However, it seems like it's going to be a pretty benign event. Very, very pleasant is what I expect. But yeah, I just think it's going to be good. But just the idea of using the acronym STOP, that S is seeing the old pattern. And it sounds like you already did that, JC.
Yeah.
With seeing the old pattern. And then the T is taking the pause, which you've already done. And you've checked into your creator, checked in with him to see, well, I want to work this out. Will you help me work this out? Change my heart. Help me to see this person differently. I love asking to see the person differently. To see them like our creator sees them makes a huge difference for me. Yeah. And then the O, which I'm completely blank on. Help me with the
Open
O.
to the feelings.
Your feelings.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Emotional, physical.
Yes. Going into the emotional and physical body and observing, or wait a minute, I'm just gonna cheat. Look, opening. That was it. Open.
Yep.
Yeah. Like you said, open. Okay. So the opening for me is important because it's a deliberate surrender. And when I deliberately choose to surrender, takes courage for me because I would really rather stiffen my neck and be right. But when I deliberately choose to surrender, then all of a sudden I feel more peace. It's like when I open and I'm like, well, this is how I feel. I feel threatened, or I feel judged, or I feel guilty, or I feel whatever. In this situation, when I own it and open to it, it takes the edge off because I'm not resisting.
Name it to tame it, right?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, name it to tame it. Yeah. But my favorite in STOP is praise. The P stands for praise. And for me, if I have seen the pattern and taken a pause and opened, my next normal pattern would be solve the problem.
Yeah.
But then solving the problem kind of wraps me up and gets me going, and I'm looking for all the details and what could be done differently, and pretty soon I'm spiraling. But when I stop and I praise myself with that P, I just feel good. And it takes all of the charge out of the situation. I've seen it, I've paused, I've owned it. And good for you, girlfriend, that you did that. That is great. And I feel better. And it just is like water under the bridge. It just goes. Takes all the charge out. Have you guys had any experience with that, with the STOP acronym or with something like it?
Yeah, in fact, I have just recently kind of expound. Something was pointed out to me, and it kind of like opened up a little bit more to the opening part of it, which is play on words.
Oh, good. I want to know. Yeah.
Well, it's the whole concept of, and I'm like, oh, well, duh, that's what we do. Is we
I love the duh moments. Those are the best.
I'm all like, oh my gosh. Because everything we do, well, not everything we do, but most of the time we do is we try to avoid those feelings that we are trying to focus on in the O. Because they're uncomfortable. They don't feel good. We don't want them, blah, 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 blah.
But we
as
make them so much worse when we avoid them.
Yes. And as soon as you say, okay, I am willing to experience this, to own them and to just have them. And I think that leaning in, that opening to them takes resistance off, but it also says, I can handle this. I can feel them. I can do this.
I can do this.
And it kind of takes the scariness out of them, so to speak. So that's I'm kind of like just starting to understand that on a different level. And so I'm just kind of like, yeah, because, you know, a lot of times when I go to my creator and I go say, you know, oh, I don't want to feel this. I don't want to do this. Take this from me, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But it's going through those feelings. It's feeling those feelings. It's understanding the lessons of those feelings. It's leaning into that uncomfortableness is where my biggest growth and learning comes.
Yeah.
And so in a sense, I'm telling him, I don't want the lesson. I just want you to take care of it. And I want my life to be perfect. When he's saying, no, here's the lesson, learn from it and become stronger. And so I'm learning that leaning into either the emotional uncomfortableness or the physical uncomfortableness and take the edge off.
It makes a huge difference. I know even with a headache, if I wake up with a headache, you know, and I don't necessarily lean in, but I just, like you said, get curious and move my thoughts and my energy into the headache to observe it. You know, is it pulsating? Is it tight? Is it dark? Is it a color? Just moving into it instead of resisting it, at least half of the discomfort goes away. Because so much of the discomfort is in the resistance. Yeah.
Yeah, I just experienced that. You guys know I had COVID.
Oh yeah, share the story. Nobody else knows you had COVID but us.
Yeah, I had COVID last week. And just practicing leaning in and saying, okay, I've got COVID. And
I feel this. It's a big feeling.
I feel it. Yeah. And I've got chills, but I'm going to be grateful because I know that these chills are caused by fever, and that fever is going to cleanse and just purify my whole system. And I'm going to have all these wonderful antibodies when I'm through this. And, you know, was it pleasant? No, but it was doable, right? It was so doable. And I felt as I leaned in, instead of Jacene's natural tendency is, well, I'm going to work through this. I can still,
because I don't have time for this.
Yeah, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. I just don't. Yeah.
Give me the drugs and I'm just going to push through.
Right. And that was my normal me. And this time I just took time to let my body heal and be kind to her and to thank her for working in such an amazing way and for creating, you know, the fever that could burn this off. And just, it was such an extraordinary feeling to be grateful for that instead of, I don't have time for this. This is a pain in my rear. What's, you know, everything, all the negativity, which breeds that negativity and creates the tightness all throughout my body and the fight. And I didn't have that fight. I allowed my body to work on my behalf, right? To work the way she's supposed to work instead of fighting against and the tenseness and that was cool.
You got better in record time. I was pretty blown away by how quick you healed. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you don't, you need to know this. 101, which is what you sent me, was the last time that Mark took your temperature, was
101.8. Yeah.
Yes. 101 is the optimal temperature for the body to kill germs. At 101, your immune system is working perfectly. It's like the optimum temperature. And at 101, bacteria and viruses can't replicate very well. So, I mean, when my kids would grow up and they get it, when they were growing up and we take their temperature and we go, 101, it's perfect. Go play. And so 102, we would consider 103, 104, we would give serious. Right. But 101 was perfect because it's just what you need to marshal the immune system and keep the germs from replicating. And so, you were perfect. Perfectly done COVID, Jacene.
Yes. Yay. I had great time to rest. When my eyes finally stopped burning, I could read. So I just laid in bed and yeah, it was great.
I did a lot of just laying there with my eyes closed when I had COVID.
Yeah, there was a lot of sleeping.
Yeah.
Yes. Just connecting with my creator.
Mhm.
That said, how can we tie together what we learned through COVID and through the other things with what we might have struggled with over the holiday this coming week?
I love the praise because as we were talking about it, I literally got tears in my eyes because I praised myself for doing so well. Letting
Yeah.
feel. And you guys, if you haven't praised yourself, oh my gosh, it feels amazing.
I remember at one point you texted and said, even my fingers are sweating.
Yes.
And I'm like, way to go, fingers, you're doing your job.
The weirdest thing. Yeah.
I don't think we cheer ourselves enough. I don't think we praise ourselves enough because we're so used to being negative to ourselves and having our inner
Not
critic.
enough.
I think we have to make sure we connect in and create that inner cheerleader and just, and just focus on that. Focus on how we can build ourselves up. Yeah.
I think we should practice it this week and come back and report next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
There's always going to be stress of one kind or another with an event like this.
Yes.
Well, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, JC. Go ahead, Jen.
There's a great practice that Mel Robbins does, where she gives herself a high five in the mirror every morning.
Nice.
Because there's so much that's connected with that visual and everything. And maybe we should be doing that too. Give yourself a high five.
I've never done that.
I've never either. I'll try it.
Never. I can give you a high five here.
Try and give yourself a high five in the mirror and look at yourself.
Without rolling my eyes.
Without rolling your eyes, without looking away, and or maybe high 10, you just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. I love it.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. And then let's report back.
And then just kind of check in yourself. What are the feelings you're feeling? What are your thoughts? Because it creates something within you every time you do that, physically and emotionally.
My husband has the words of Gary E. Stevenson plastered all over our mirror. And they are things like, look at me. I'm awesome. I'm a child of God. I can do this. So I could totally see just high-fiving that, or high-fiving the mirror. Yeah. I could totally see it.
But high five Beth.
Yes, I will. I won't high five a paper. Yes.
Look at her rolling her eyes. Okay, Jen.
Just not my native tendency, but I will try and we will talk. We'll report back. It'll be good.
Yeah. I love it.
All right.
Lean you guys, into that uncomfortableness.
Yes, I will lean into that uncomfortableness. And I will probably exercise my eyes more than once in the process.
Beautiful.
So coming up, we don't have coach training this week, obviously, because coach training's on Thursdays and Thursday's Turkey Day. And we will be eating turkey, which will be very fun. Tomorrow, though, we do have Coach and Clear. Are you guys going to have book club or are you going to be busy making pies on Wednesday?
No book club this week. Yeah. But we'll finish up. It's Not Your Fault.
Boy, that's been a good book.
Yes. And then our December, so excited, Jacob T. Marley. So it's an addendum, or I guess it's the
story before Scrooge.
Yes.
Scrooge. Wow.
Oh, it's so exciting. It's not an easy book to find. Like, it's at the library, so you can get it at the library.
But is it not available on Amazon?
I got mine on Amazon, and you can get some used on Amazon.
They're limited. They're limited. So I think people buy them and keep them because they're amazing. Yeah.
It might be available on Google Books too then, if they're the older versions. A lot of those are free on Google Books.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay. Nice. Well, that'll be really fun. What a happy Christmas thing.
Yeah. It'll be
That'll be good. And also, speaking of December, the first Saturday in December, we're doing tapping for stress and tension relief, our Jumpstart class. But I asked Jen if she'd give us just a little Christmas bonus. she's going to do it.
Yep.
Yeah. So she's teaching healing oils of the Bible with an
Yep.
emphasis on Christmas oils that first weekend in December.
You're
I'm
going to
so
understand
oils.
and learn why the Christ child was given frankincense and myrrh.
Oh, I
right?
just got chills. Like I'm
I know,
so
me too.
excited.
I just am so excited. I mean, tapping is great, right? We'll learn
Yeah.
and we'll practice some tapping. But I'm really excited about the oils of the Bible. It's going to be so good.
Mhm.
So mark 9 a.m. Central, the first Saturday in December, and come join us for a couple of hours and get your season started off really well, understanding all about that. Healing oils of the Bible. And then you'll have the tapping that you can do when things do get tricky.
Yeah, when it gets tricky.
Yeah, when things do get
I love myself.
I love this delusional person in my family.
I am safe. I am calm. I choose to be here.
Exactly. Just excuse myself and go do it. But it's going to be a great week, right? We're going to do it. We're going to get together. And then next Monday, we'll report on how the high five go.
How did your high five yourself go?
Yeah. All right. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Talk to you soon.
When I'm feeling down and blue, I found a trick that I'll share with you. I can choose a better way with every little thought I think. If I wake up with a bad attitude, I fill my mind with gratitude. I give thanks for everything with every little thought I think. I can choose to be happy, choose to be free, moment by moment. It's all up to me, 'cause what I think about, I bring about. That's the way it is, and there is no doubt. Day by day, I pave the way with every little thought I think.
Hey, thanks for joining us today in A Creator-Based Life. I hope you felt that compassion, mindfulness, and hope you came seeking today. You can find more of it at cmhcoaching.com or on Linktree/cmhcoaching. Of course, any social media outlet, we're there too. Because you felt the benefit and light in this message, please invite those you care deeply about to join us. Help us to create a ripple effect across the globe of compassion, mindfulness, and hope. Then we can create a creator-based life together. Have a great week, y'all. We'll talk to you soon.
I can choose to be happy, choose to be free, moment by moment. It's all up to me, 'cause what I think about, I bring about. That's the way it is, and there is no doubt. Day by day, I pave the way with every little thought I think. Day by day, I pave the way with every little thought I think.